Hello and welcome back. It's me, Clyde from Elon Gaming. So, I'm continuing this journey right now, as you can see. And right now, in this second part of the journey, we are going very close to Cajon Pass. You can see those mountains up here. We are going to cross all that. I think there will be sunrise. I don't think so because the day will be longer. So, I will be continuing this journey in a very relaxed way, and as soon as we are going to like get past those two warehouses, the FedEx one that I'm talking about all the time, we are outside the San Bernardino. Yes, you can check it on Google Maps as well. I don't think so it's completely dark. Oh, I think we are getting sunrise, which is strange by the way because it's 4 a.m. midnight, and I can see the surroundings as well somewhat. It is kinda strange by the way, otherwise it should be completely dark. I think I will be seeing sunrise earlier. So this is my second part. If you are, you can, if you want to, you can check out my first part as well. First part of this video. However, if you only want to see the most challenging part, the common one, you can check that out. It's up to you. So right now the speed limit is going down, and as you can see, this is the warehouse I'm talking about, the huge warehouse. Actually, it's a FedEx warehouse, and this is going to be the last building. Afterwards, it will be open countryside, no more cities. Okay, so I'm seeing cities around here. There's a lot of that, like lighting and all, which looks pretty bad by the way. I guess it's a light they have blurred it out. So the weather is still clear out there, but I think after going uphill, maybe you may get snowstorm or something like that. So it's a very huge warehouse on the way, pretty huge. As you can see how much we have climbed up based on, like, that warehouse was like very up the hill, like over the top of this locomotive, like higher than the locomotive, the one far edge, and this edge is on the other side. Like this warehouse is like higher than the this high height of the locomotive, and you can see the magnitude of the gradient that we are climbing. That's far. So we are officially outside San Bernardino, and we are into, I guess, Cajon. Yes, there are so many towns in between. I don't know the names. I'm an Indian by the way, not American. Hello Los Angeles. I have a lot of friends in America. It's in California. Not in Los Angeles, but in San Francisco area, Bay Area. But never thought so. But still, I don't know this route a lot. I know the route about this, where the track goes and all, the locations, but I don't know the exact names. There is a gameplay person named as Blue Gaming, and he talks about it takes around like 3 to 4 hours just to climb the Count Pass, and I went bonkers. I thought, no, it was not going to be that long. Unless you have a, unless the track is very busy, or unless you have a some passenger rail line, because these freight trains have to give way for Amtrak passenger trains, and it's a law, by the way. Yeah, and no matter what they say in media that they don't give side to Amtrak and all, I think they do. But there are many instances where they cannot give them the side. So at that point, the Amtrak trains have to wait. Like if a freight train is longer than the siding, then surely the Amtrak train have to wait. So they can't stop, by the way. And I think Americans must build a dedicated passenger rail lines, like Bright Line, all over America. They should have like separate tracks for passenger rails and separate for freight track. And I think there is a huge demand of passenger trains in America. And today, our country, India, is actually surpassing America in terms of railroads in many aspects. Yes, in highways, America is still dominates in the roads, but in railroads, it is not the other way around. Okay, so this is a track that goes around like to the Union Pacific line. This is the Union Pacific line. This used to be a double track. That used to be a single track. It's still a single track that, but it does have some sidings as well to give way for other trains. And it is connected. If you check out the old train simulator game, classic one, in Cajon Pass, this entire thing. Okay, so we have horn sequencer, let's turn on. I think we have not crossed the line crossing because the train is pretty slow. Maybe I didn't saw it yet. Okay, so I was talking about this. So this used to be single track and this double. So if you play the Train Simulator Classic, you can still play the old route of Cajon Pass back in like 2006, 2008, maybe year. So that was before all this construction happened, before the laying of the third track. And this track that we are going is it takes the longer route, and the other one takes the much shorter but much more steeper 3% gradient routes. And today they have doubled the track with a much shallower gradient. This route is actually much better for passenger rail line. 3% gradient is not much. Yes, it is maximum for passenger rails, but for freight trains it's a lot. So 2% is the recommended one. Unless your train is very short and overpowered, and you need a lot of power, by the way, to climb up the hill. Okay, so now I realize these are not cities, by the way. I thought it was cities, but it's a reflection of moonlight, and it's all cloud, by the way. because as you can see it is not showing here. Those are all clouds, but it does look like a city lights. So the speed limit is going down and down, but it doesn't matter because our train is going fast enough. Like we are actually almost hitting the speed limit. You can just read a book and play this game if you turn off the cab signals, not turning it on like I do. But if you keep it off, then you can read some books, do some studying while playing this game, while giving some occasional watch. I will be trying out many different games. I am thinking about playing Euro Truck Simulator, American Truck Simulator as well. Sorry, Euro Truck Simulator 2 and American Truck Simulator, because I have actually bought it. I got it at a discount. By the way, I got both the games at half the price of individual games. Like it's around 920 rupees. I don't know what it is in dollars, but I got it both the games at 460. And it's great, but it is without any DLCs, only very smaller routes. I think it's good if I am starting out, if I am in beginning. I won't be doing too much long distance. I will be keeping it simple. Once I'll get enough money, I will just start doing more and more. Okay, so we are seeing some cabins. And Euro Truck Simulator is also very relaxing, by the way. But the thing is that in Euro Truck Simulator you have to be very active because you are driving. Okay, so as what I was talking about, yeah, in Euro Truck Simulator you have to drive a lot. Yeah, with any truck simulator, here you just throttle it up, you just set it up. Once you are going uphill, then you can do so. Although not as much as going downhill, you still have to look. You are still have to maintain. You have to still have to look for it. Yeah, this uphill you can do so while relaxing. But if you are going on the other side from Victorville to Cajon Summit, then you just have to check it out because you might exceed the speed limit if you are putting it at not checked. And by the way, the locomotive number of locomotives is somewhat low, I would say. It's reasonable, but in real life I have seen 8 locomotives in front and no helper locomotives in the back. Really, it's insane for many, but I have seen it the way. So we are reaching at 30 miles an hour. It is almost what we are taking. At 29 we'll have to reduce the throttle. This is where I have to reduce the throttle you only have 3 locomotives in the front and no locomotive back, some intermodal trains in this timetable does, then you don't need to really worry about. Just a notch down and we are reducing speed a lot. The gradient is so steep that you can like throttle it down your entire train and you can just bring it to a stop. I won't be stopping the train now. I even started a train even in the stormy weather, eating sand by the way. Here it's not possible without sand to climb the weather, to climb this hill. Okay, so let us up the throttle. You don't need to do that by the way. We are like almost hitting the speed limit. I will be using this gauge, not the distance marker, distance counter. In real life, however, you do use distance counter because your train is so long, that so freaking long, that you did need distance counter as well. Okay, I don't think I'll need a distance counter. Okay, so this is the iconic railway crossing. Great railway crossing for fan. And if you want to do some side quests, you also have food trucks here. I've just literally stopped the train just to visit those food trucks. If you do it in real life, you will get suspended, by the way, because it's an act of negligence. Yeah, or I can better illustrate in Hindi. It's called Laparwai. Yeah, you will get fired from the job if you do so. Or maybe you get a warning, stern warning by the way. Or you might not be allowed to perform mainline duties. You will be only performing shunting duties, which is where the beginners start. I highly recommend those beginners to perform those shunting duties before you go for mainline. If you are an absolute beginner in this game, train sim world, start with SED40 by the way, and start with shunting duties, sorting out the cargo and all that stuff. You will understand how the brake works, how it accelerates. You will get used to it pretty much. I am playing this for so many years, so I do have experience driving these trains. I might sound very overconfident here, but I think I can drive this train in real life. There will be some difference. I do have to read some manuals and all, because in real life you do have many other features as well, like unit alarm, working accelerometer, etc. And you have more options than what it is shown here. Here it's very basic, but in real life it's not that basic by the way. Second thing, yeah, and also I have to reduce the brightness. Forgot. So I am climbing this hill with the help of helper locomotives. I have seen one thing: if you save this game and load it again, reload, those helper locomotives don't even work at all. It stays idle no matter what you try. This is a bug, by the way. I don't. I think maybe it's because my PC is pretty slow, and my settings are very high. So Dovetail actually what it does some compromises while saving the game. Sometimes this doesn't load properly because it loads all at once, by the way. I will be getting rid of lag soon once I relocate the games. Okay, I guess we are going to the Cajon Pass. This route is going to diverge to the other side as we will be turning a lot. Okay, I have missed that crossing. Okay, as you can see, we are diverging. That one goes around like 3% gradient. It's on 2.3%. I do have good route knowledge. Okay, it is becoming completely dark. Okay, that side was not so dark. We are really in this countryside. Maybe it's because I can't see the moonlight. So here is where the bright oaks come into play. This is really like an ASMR video. I'm almost sleeping now. I'm feeling sleepy now. See, now it says, it used to say 12, now it says 13. So this is how it works. I'm pressing the 9 key. So this is how it records. It goes like this, by the way, distance wise. So since we are going the other way around, it is showing 13 and it will show 14, I guess. So it's not a surprise. It is what it is. Now it will go lower once we turn. And this is, by the way, it's a curve very similar to horseshoe curve in near Altoona. From Johnstown to Altoona, you can see the other side of the train, literally. In that curve, you can see the other side of the train before you go into the valley and before you go into the, like, cutout, and you no longer enjoy that. And in this road, it's a great place for rail panning because you can see the behind of the train at the same time, like long distance trains. Something that you won't see when a train is going at a straight line. So this used to be a single track, by the way, before the reconstruction. This road used to have a tunnel, but later on they demolished it since it didn't accommodate double tracks, and it was a very small tunnel. It was almost like a bridge, just like crossing a bridge, like mini tunnel, but they demolished it. So this route no longer has any tunnels, and instead they built the entire huge wall on the left side and the right side. I've seen this video on one of the documentaries. Yeah, I don't know, I don't remember the name. Yeah, I think the name is Mighty Trains, yes. It is recorded by a rail fan, made by a rail fan, long before YouTube and television existed. So it was also not only was the showing about the how the train is going in this part, but how the reconstruction is going on. The traffic is so huge that they decided to lay an extra line. And by the way, after some distance, this line get merged to the existing one, and it is the same old line as it used to be long time back, with some minor changes. So we are going up, struggling up the hill. Thank God I have turned on the cab signaling, otherwise I literally would have slept in this train in my current condition. Normally that doesn't happen, but in this case it will happen. Okay, so 30 miles again. It's mostly 30 or 35 here. On the other side with 3% gradient, it is around like, I guess around only 30 speed. There is no 35 by the way. But the thing is that in that route you can reach your destination much faster than the existing route. This is great for freight trains and that is great for passenger trains. Not only going down the hill but also going up the hill as well. Okay, it still says 13 miles an hour miles. So that is the reason you can't rely on this, because even if it says 13 miles, it might be like 15 or 17 miles, but it will give you some approximate distance. Yeah, it will give you the approximate distance, but not the exact one. It used to be showing the exact distance long time back, like before in the Train Simulator Classic. Now it doesn't show at all, which is sad by the way. Okay, so we have solar powered, I guess, track inspection to see if trains are going or not. Maybe it has sensor in between. I guess it measures the speed, distance, and many other stuffs, weather and all. Okay, so that would double at the same time. I think I should do some yard duty as well. Maybe we can use those sidings. I have never been traveled to these sidings before. I really want to try it out. Maybe in some scenarios they have. And by the way, this horn sequencer, you can't see it over here, but that only work when your train is traveling. It doesn't work when your train is standing still, and that thing you have to remember. And many people will think that it's a bug glitch, my locomotive is not working, horn sequence not working, but that's not true. The horn sequence only works when you are traveling at certain speed. Yeah, like I guess around about 10 miles an hour, 5 to 10 miles an hour. Okay, so this is the part I guess. No, 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 no. So above there is a road, I guess. Road. There is also another part where used to be a tunnel, but now it's no longer the tunnel. And by the way, this is the busiest route ever. This is the lifeline of the southwestern United States, and the entirety of the US relies on this southern transcon railway along with the central and northern transcon. The central transcon, which is the first one built by the Union Pacific and Southern Pacific, the same company that is built this line, this route later on, while ATSF before the merger with Burlington Northern, they had built that 3% grade route. That is the first route ever that is built from, that connects to Los Angeles. Then later on they built a less steeper route, this one. Imagine how steam locomotives had to undergo that. It would be requiring a lot of braking power, because that time there used to be no dynamic brakes. It's almost air brakes only. And brakes in steam locomotive is not automatic lapped, it's manually lapped. Yeah, it will gradually apply the brakes, but you need to put it in certain setting, and you have to always move your handle just to put it in that. It doesn't self lap, by the way. Lap means it will stop providing any more air to brakes. And at 3% gradient downhill, it's very very tough. Uphill would be even more tougher, because I have actually rode some steam trains. Trust me, steam locomotive struggles even more while going up the hill than diesels. The diesel means modern diesel locomotive. Many people say that the steam outputs diesel. I would say that diesel outputs steam. Okay, so this is the part, I guess it's a tunnel. During daytime you can see everything, but not at the night. Okay, it's gotten dark. The reason is that those mountains which we have crossed are the reasons why it's gotten complete dark. And if you don't have a IPS monitor, you won't see anything. If you have an IPS monitor, you can see. Looks like I am selling a lot. Look like you might sound like I'm selling something, but it's not. I am also a PC technician, not just normal gaming PC technician. I repair gaming PCs and not a normal one. Wow, what a relaxing journey. I guess I may get a track coming from this side that will merge the 3% one. I have a good route knowledge here. It's not perfect, but still, after driving trains for so many times on this route, you get huge knowledge. And by the way, the Southern Pacific route which you take, that is also like 2.3% gradient, but it's continuous. Yeah, it doesn't have like pauses like my route routes, but it is continuous 2.3% gradient with some pause, I guess, in between. I will not be going full downhill once we crest the train up, because the thing is that we are going to Hesperia and not Victorville. And like no, once you go up the hill from San Bernardino to Victorville, it's a very steep route. But from Cajon Pass to Victorville, it's not that steep, but still very steep. It's like around 1.8% gradient, like 1.5, 1.8% gradient. But once you cross the Victorville, it's almost straight, flat. But it's just a gradual uphill, or in this case, gradual downhill, like 1% gradient, which is manageable. You can go up at full speed at that. But we are not going fully because we will be stopping at Hesperia. I guess we are going at the newest track. I guess they changed the entire tracks, not just one track. So it's really hard to tell which one was the old route and which one is the new one. Maybe they rerouted the entire track to make it much more straighter. That's what they do. Okay, so this track is coming, ahead of which we will also get this track also merging here on this side as well. See, you can see. Okay, so this is merging and this is merging. Wow, what a merger. Okay, so it's foggy out there. I don't think it's a clear weather because it's foggy, so I can't see anything. Okay, so let us put it on idle. We are going to be lowering the speed. We are going to be cresting the hill. And once we cross the hill, we will be going a slight downhill descent before we go fully downhill. I think I need to apply some throttle. Okay, so it's 40 miles an hour. Okay, so train fan movement. This route is the best place. A lot of rail fans come here and put some cameras on top of this route. So I can achieve like 40 miles an hour. There is an update that came which had fixed all the bugs. Before that, you need to go at 10 miles an hour on dynamic brakes in this game. Now it's no longer the case. You can go around like 50 miles an hour, 25-30. That's the maximum works. Because of which you can go around like 40 or 50 as well. You don't need much dynamic brakes when you are going very fast. But you will require, let us reduce some throttle. I think the entire train didn't crested yet. We're going to crest soon. This is the tricky part, by the way. You don't need to touch the speed limit when you are cresting the hill. You need to give some space to set up your dynamic brakes. Just because it has high speed doesn't mean you have to hit that. Okay, so 38, 37. Let us apply some dynamic brakes. Let us prepare ourselves before we apply some brakes. Yeah, I think it's not possible. Yeah, plus some throttle, I guess. Okay, so here we are. Once this track gets crossed, we can go around like this 1.5. So that is the reason why you should not crest at full speed, because you will definitely going to hit the speed limit. See the gradient 1.5%. That is the reason why. Okay, so we are picking up the speed. Since it's 1.5% gradient, we can go around like I guess 50. Because of the update, we can go now much faster as you do in real life. Yes, the dynamic brake get less effective after 24 miles an hour. I read the manual, by the way, but still it's enough, because that means you can have like 4 dynamic brakes and still you have the same effect, even if the application is very low. So I'm applying full brakes. And if we cannot apply dynamic brake, we can go like around automatic brakes. Now the train is still under control. it's around 50 miles an hour. Even though the track speed maximum is 65 miles an hour, you won't be going that fast. The max speed you can go in this route is around 55 miles an hour. Most of the time you will be hitting that speed from like Victorville to this, from like Victorville to Basto especially, and if you are going down the hill to San Bernardino. Okay, so we are still gaining the speed, so it's time to apply some automatic brakes and bail off the independent brakes to make sure that our dynamic brake works for safety reasons, so that we may keep our train under control. And now we are not going to touch the automatic brakes. It's for balance braking, by the way. And the reason why we do that is this dynamic brake, it only applies in the locomotives and not behind the train cars. For automatic brakes, it applies at the entire length of the train. Dynamic brake and independent brake only works on locomotives and nothing else. But the only drawback of automatic brake is that even if you take it to 0, it still applies. So you only apply it once you need it. Okay, so we are having yellow signal. That means we'll have to reduce the speed to 40 miles an hour once we cross the signal. And the next signal will be around 30 miles an hour. And until you can visually stop the train once you reach the end signal, which is red signal. Okay, let us release the automatic brakes. Yeah, it will take some time to release the brakes in the entire car. It is saying 89 because we have helper locomotives. Otherwise, even if it's 89 in the center, it is not actually 89, it's still applying the brakes. It takes some time to respond. There is a delay in between. Okay, so we are losing control of the train. This is not a good thing. Let us apply some brakes automatic, and then that is the reason why you should not touch the automatic brakes independently and only touch this brake dynamic. Okay, so 47. Let us reduce the speed as it is said in the signal. As you can see, I can realistically apply this brake. Thanks to this update, it is working fine. Now we are going like across the hill, so you can see some of the scenery. It's not pitch black, by the way, as it was in that place. I don't know why it's not snowing here. Maybe I didn't set the settings correctly. Otherwise this area is always snows in this time of the weather, the time of the recording. Okay, it is applying too much brakes. We'll have to wait. Even if it says like 50 miles an hour, we can't go that speed. Okay, I missed this crossing because there was too much things to do. But I am still under the speed limit, which is a good thing. I don't know what it applies. Okay, so 1.5%. It traded 1.5% reading. You can see the speed limit, it says 65, but you won't be going that fast unless you are just going in a locomotive or a very small consist 2, 3 or 5 cars. Then only you will be going that fast, otherwise you can't, and you will be applying brakes sooner. We'll be maintaining speed around like guess 30, 35. Once we reach the signal, we will go for 30. Okay, so 65 one came, but as you can see our speed limit didn't change, so it's useless in this train. Okay, we are going very fast. I have to apply a lot of brakes. Brakes are applying, by the way, gradually, and that's what I want. I'm going very fast, by the way. Not checked out the signal, but still it's okay. Okay, so this is going to be tricky. I think at 4,000 to 3,000 feet I'll apply the brakes. 3,000 feet. And there is a technique, by the way, you don't apply automatic brakes right away. You'll be maintaining 30 as it is said in the signal. Okay, so the gradient is rising. Applying brake might be tricky. I can see the marker right over there. At the distance. And I guess 30 miles an hour is enough to maintain the speed. Okay, let us apply some brakes. Minimum application. I guess the automatic brakes are much powerful than dynamic brakes. That is the reason it turns off the dynamic brakes. It's not applying the brakes. It will take some time for brakes to apply. Yes, sir. Okay, looks like I applied too much brakes. Even if it says the brakes are applied, actually it's not applied. It takes some time because we have helper locomotives, so it's much easier. No need to worry. Let us apply some independent brakes, which is the locomotive brakes. Okay, let us apply it completely. I hope it stops behind the red signal. Yes, I am nervously waiting. It's gonna stop. Okay, so it stopped. Objective complete. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Yes, it was a crazy downhill then uphill, as you can see by the speed that I followed. So I hope you like this video. Like this video. If you like this video, then like, then do press the like button and also share it with your friends. And if you want more videos and updates like this, press the subscribe button. Yes, I am feeling sleepy right now, so I'll have to go to sleep. So this is Clyde D'Souza from Elon Gaming, and I almost forgot, if you have some feedback, if you don't like this video, do comment on my channel. So this is Clyde D'Souza from Elon Gaming. saying tata bye bye. See you.